This is 6 News Now, here for you 24 hours a day, online at WLNS.com.
Tonight, the fate of a man accused of killing 3 people in Jackson County is now in the hands of a jury. Closing arguments were heard today in the trial of 43-year-old Zachary Borton. Prosecutors claim he killed 3 senior citizens back in August at a home in Grass Lake Township. Defense attorneys claim the shooting was in self-defense and that Borton had no reason to commit murder.
Looking for a different kind of lunch break? Check out the Daily Digital Debrief weekdays at 12:30 on WLNS.com and on the 6 News app. It's a little bit of news, a little bit of weather, a little bit extra.
Introducing our new redesigned 6 News mobile app. Our new app features a sleek modern design, an easy-to-navigate home screen with quick access to local news content, and a localized weather forecast. Subscribing to notifications is easier, and with one tap, you have access to recent push notifications. There are more ways to watch and find video, and a red light alert badge notifies you when we're streaming. Download or update our new local news app today. 6 News, here for you.
Looking for a different kind of lunch break? Check out the Daily Digital Debrief weekdays at 12:30 on WLNS.com and on the 6 News app. It's a little bit of news, a little bit of weather, a little bit extra.
Ukrainian resistance fighters aren't just battling Russian troops, they're also facing major supply issues. Josh Sanchez is here for you now with how a team of Ukrainian Americans and Michigan veterans are working together to help get the basic needs to those citizen soldiers. Josh?
That's right, Lauren. When people think about militaries gearing up, they think about tanks and guns come to mind. But for volunteers in the Ukrainian Territorial Defense Force, their focus is just on the basics, like bandages and helmets. One Ukrainian American who lives here in Michigan says it's the small needs that could change the tide of war.
It's heartbreaking just to know that, like I said, my mom, she's safe because of those guys in their stronghold. But they don't have simple means to protect themselves.
Sergei Selinsky came to the United States in the 1990s, but his mother is still in Ukraine. He says as the war drags on, a friend gave him a bleak picture of what little equipment the resistance has. So Zelensky turned to an old friend, retired Major General Gregory Vadnais of the Michigan National Guard, for help. The mission became personal for Vadnais after watching a region he knows well turn into dust.
Families are torn apart. The civilians attacked, non-military targets attacked by the Russians, and I mean, it just puts a lump in your throat, and it does mine.
He says he spent 8 years leading American and Latvian troops in training and in Afghanistan and knew the support Eastern Europe would need in an invasion. He reached out to other veterans and Richard McLean with the Lansing-based Oxford Foundation to help organize a fundraiser. They hope to raise $1.5 million to buy medical supplies and protective gear.
What's not getting met, at least at this point in time, is getting that survivability equipment.
Zelensky says he's thankful for the support that so far has equipped 40 full gear kits to Ukrainian fighters. He says it's proving right what he heard about Americans.
And we heard the story, Americans never leave anybody's behind, and how they're taking care of each other and everything.
Vadnais says 100% of the donations are going towards equipment. He says that support has come from small checks to even one Wisconsin company sending 1,000 medical kits into the war zone. Now, if you would like to help, head over to the Scene on 6 section of our website, WLNS.com. Lauren, back to you.
Thank you for that, Josh. Well, the number of new COVID cases reported.
Introducing our new redesigned 6 News mobile app. Our new app features a sleek, modern design, an easy-to-navigate home screen with quick access to local news content, and a localized weather forecast. Subscribing to notifications is easier, and with one tap, you have access to recent push notifications. There are more ways to watch and find video, and a red light alert badge notifies you when we're streaming. Download or update our new local news app today. 6 News, here for you.
Looking for a different kind of lunch break? Check out the Daily Digital Debrief, weekdays at 12:30 on WLNS.com and on the 6 News app. It's a little bit of news, a little bit of weather, a little bit extra.
We get the good news going this evening with a new HBO show called Winning Time, The Rise of a Lakers Dynasty. If you're a big basketball fan, you've probably heard of it. The fictionalized series shows how the Lakers became the marquee franchise of the NBA in the late 1970s and throughout the 80s. An obstacle, though, for the creators was casting for the role of Magic Johnson, such a well-known superstar who's still in the public eye. It was a challenge. But as Andrew Burkle shows us, oddly enough, the perfect choice was right here in Magic's home state.
I'm hesitant to say that it's meant to be because it's like a lot of things had to come together, and yeah, I guess it was meant to be.
That's Michigan native Quincy Isaiah. You might think he looks familiar, but you've probably never seen him before.
Somebody gonna pay you eventually, you know?
Winning Time is actually the first TV show or movie he's ever been in. Isaiah says landing such a big role was more than just luck.
Just doing the work and finding jobs where you can. And then once I'm having the confidence to move out to LA, you put yourself in positions to become lucky, you know, and capitalize on those when they come your way.
Isaiah was tasked with the tough project of capturing Magic Johnson's one-of-a-kind energy.
You got the #1 team and you the #1 fan.
I'm not going to be here. Oh, I'm back to being Magic. I can say what I want, do what I want, talk to who I want, go green, go white.
Being from Michigan definitely helped understand who he was as a person, like the upbringing. But, you know, Magic has this, like you said, that energy, and I think it's tough to conjure that up on 14-hour days, but it helps when you got a team around you.
Like Isaiah mentioned, Magic Johnson was shaped in many ways by growing up in Michigan. So throughout the show, there's all kinds of references to the Mitten State. Isaiah says in those moments, he's more like a fan than the star of the show.
100%. Like when they said we was doing episode 2 in Lansing, I was like, I love that. I love that. The house that we're in, like the Johnson family house, it reminds me of a house like my uncle in Detroit has. I took pride in that. And sometimes I get to ad-lib a little bit. So I think it's in the first episode where I'm like, yeah, I was about to show you what we do in Michigan or whatever. That was like ad-lib. And it was like fun because, again, I get to talk about my home state.
Before he was working alongside some of the biggest names in Hollywood, Isaiah was in business classes at Kalamazoo College. He still remembers a time where he was at a crossroad, and the decision he made was Magic.
I took a calculus course, and I want to say like 3 weeks in, I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore, man. And I feel like I got up during a class and was like, yeah, I'm out. Like, you can be fired from anything if you're working for somebody. So it's just about finding something that you enjoy doing and attacking it and just getting better at it.
Here for you in Lansing, Andrew Burkle, 6 News.
This is 6 News Now. We will begin in 60 seconds. News Now will begin in 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere. 6 News Now will begin shortly.